Today, I'm going to show you how I built a track in just 30 minutes.
Cannons, talking about tracks.
What you just heard is my theme song. And after filming my last video while I was editing, I decided I needed a theme song. So I came up with an idea for one and I recorded it onto a voice memo on my phone last weekend.
Kevin's staying on track.
And when I got home, I decided to record a fully produced version of it. I screen recorded the entire process on my computer. So what I will do today is talk through how I did it step by step. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I want to open up a new project. I'm going to start with a software instrument. I'm going to use Superior Drummer. I'm going to build my drums first. This is going to be the basis of everything. So I have a particular drum set I like to use, my country kit. It's one I've used for a lot of stuff. It's just a name. I've used it for country, for rock, all kinds of stuff. Next thing I want to do is I want to take the voice memo that I made and figure out what my tempo is. Now I have figured that my tempo is 110. Seems to be where it sits the best. So let's put it there, 110. Now I'm going to pull up the drum kit. So in here, you'll be able to hear it. There's my kick. I have an idea for what I want the beat to be. I like to go ahead and just slam the velocity right off the bat. I can always mess with it later if I want to. But here's the sounds that I definitely want. But here's the groove as I put it in. Little stale sounding, but I can work with this. This is the basic idea. One important thing as I build is I have to be able to hear the end product in my head. So even if something sounds kind of like this to begin with, I have to be patient with this and say, you know what? I know what it's going to sound like in the end, and this is working actually just fine. It's not quite it. We put a little tom fill at the end here. It's very stiff sounding, so I want to loosen that up a little bit. But let's add a couple other elements first. See how it sounds with the hi-hat. That usually helps. Already starting to groove a tiny bit. But I definitely want to cut off the hi-hat before the tom fill happens, because when you're actually playing drums, you're not going to do that. What I'm doing here is adding the last thing. This entire clip is going to be 4 seconds long. Yeah, so far so good. But now what I want to do is I want to give a little bit of movement to this whole thing. So I'm using Command A once I have highlighted the entire region within Superior Drummer in this part down on the Midi section. So Command A will highlight the whole region. And from there, I can adjust the swing. I can adjust anything. So now I'm swinging my 16th notes to try to give it a little bit of movement. So let's try it at 60, see what happens. A little too much. It really doesn't take a lot sometimes to give it some movement. I'm gonna back it off a bit. That's what happens if you back it way off, speed it up. So 55 should be pretty good. Feels pretty good. Now I need to save this project. Forgot to do that right at the beginning. And now we're saved. So one thing is I don't like that cymbal ringing out, so I'm going to change that cymbal. This is a grab, cymbal grab. Works a lot better, ends the song a little bit better. So now we're going to move on to bass. Got the drums the way we want it. We're going to go use EZ Bass. This is another tune track instrument. I really like using this. I do play bass as well, but I found EZ Bass to be a quick way to build a track. The tone's incredible, and it gets me where I need to go for stuff simple like this. So I'm going to use the Legend 810, which is basically like a jazz bass through a 410 or an 810 cabinet. It's got a nice punchy sound to it. So with this, notice I pegged the velocity on the drums. On this, I need to dial it back a little bit because you get a lot of that fret noise otherwise. So I dial it back to about 90. 80s and 90s, depending on the style. Sometimes I'll go as low as the 60s and 70s. But for this, 90 is a pretty good one. If I'm doing rock or metal music, I will peg it all the way, use the pick, get that nastiness. It's pretty awesome. But that is not the right rhythm. Line this up with the drums. Yep. That's not the right rhythm either. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. There it is. That's the right rhythm. A little too staccato, so I want to give some extra on the bass. Elongate those notes a little bit. It's pretty good. I like the way that sounds. Now I have that last. So I'm going to go E. There it is. And right there what I'm doing, that's Command R. Command R will automatically replicate that measure or whatever it is you pick and duplicate it for you. There it is. And it's just that simple. Now's the really fun part for me. I'm going to create guitars. So this I actually play. So there's a few ways to do it. You can either go to the track button, you can right click, or you can use Option Command A to create your new track. So Option Command A for audio, Option Command S for software instrument. So this is obviously an audio track. I need to be on input number 2 on my interface. This microphone is on input 1. My Fractal, which I'm using the Fractal Axe FX 3, is on input 2. Now I'm going to pull up, so there's my basic guitar tone. Sounds pretty good. But now I'm going to pull up Axe Edit so I can actually dial in my tone. So I'm in here playing with my tone. I have several different pedals to choose from. Endless amounts of guitar tone options in this thing. It's really incredible. I use this all the time. I use it on the road. I use it here in the studio. It's really, really great. I do not want to use it as my interface. So now I just kind of need to dial in how I want it to sound. I have it in my head, more or less, but there's still going to be some playing around. I definitely know I want that slap delay pretty quick. Gives it just enough roominess. It's pretty nice. The guitar is not quite hot enough. I want it to be hot, but also want it to have some bite. Not quite enough bite. Let's go back to there. Try a different pedal. This is an RC boost, a real clean boost. Which all that's really doing is just boosting the amp. So that's not quite it either. So I'm gonna go back with the Klon. And 0 gain. Great, right there. It's the exact tone I want. So now I'm gonna start working out the part. I've got 2 parts that I wanna do. That's the first one. I like the way that sounds. So let's record this. Messed up a little. Let's do a second take. Got it. Also, the guitar I'm using, this here, this is the PRS NF53. I have got a great relationship with PRS. I've been endorsed by them for 15 years. So yes, I am an endorser of this product. I am very biased, and for good reason. They're incredible instruments. This guitar right here, I recorded an entire rock record with this guitar. Well, not this exact one, but one just like it last year, which I will do a video on that record at some point, breaking apart like breaking down how I did it. But this guitar is incredible. I can do just about anything with it. It's really awesome. Highly recommend it. Go get you one. Anyway, back to this. So that's good. I like the way that sounds. So that's part number 2. So I'm going to record that now. So now we're starting to get some movement in the track. You'll notice too that on the video I'm panning, but because of the screen recording, for whatever reason, the screen recording doesn't pick up the panning. So at the end of this video, I will play the actual track in its finished form so you can hear what everything sounds like where it's panned. But for now, carrying on. So right now it's in a really good spot. I like where it is, but I want to add some more stuff. I want to add some bells and whistles, so to speak. So I'm going to add a shaker. This will help give the rhythm a little bit extra movement, just a little bit extra something. This is using EZ Drummer, also tune track. So EZ Drummer, Superior Drummer, EZ Bass. I can do so much with this stuff. So I want to use that 16th note shaker right there. That's perfect. No, I do not want to import tempo. So notice how it just gives a little bit extra. Just gives a little bit extra movement. Just gives something to it. Very nice. But it's still missing something. So now I'm going to add a tambourine. So I've got the 16th note shaker on that side. Now I'm going to add an 8th note tambourine to the other side. And again, these are panned kind of naturally by this program. That's a swung 8th note. Don't want that. So you can go through here and you can pick different things. So I like to use the 8th note where the emphasis is on the 2 and the 4. Give that snare thing. Right there. It's great. It adds just the right element. It's really coming together now. So the next element I'm going to throw into this track is a B3 organ. B3 goes a long way. It fills up a lot of space. It kind of, in my opinion, it sort of glues a track together. It's really, really cool sounding. So I've got my own B3 sound that I use. Typically, I sort of start here. This is my preset. In another video, I can go through what I've done. But again, I'm using MIDI. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to draw it in. And I don't really play piano or organ, but I can play just enough to be dangerous. Just enough to know what I'm doing for this. Same with drums. I can do just enough with it. This one you can peg the velocity, because organ's kind of the same volume no matter what you do. There's going to be a little trial and error here for me as far as how I want it to sound. That's not it. So I think the right thing to do with this is to basically have it double the bass, which I think is what I do here. Doubling the bass in the guitar. There it is. Now, one thing I notice here is that I played the guitar lick a little different. I played the guitar lick a little different than how I did the bass. So this is the good thing about MIDI is I can go back and fix it real easily. Yeah. Now I'm going to do this with the bass too. Sounds pretty good. So I'm going to build these out to chords. So I want there to be a couple chop. Bow, down, down, bow, bow, down, down. So I did a B7 chord there. Bow, down, 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 bow, down, down. Try this an octave higher. Nah, don't like that. I like that a little longer. Definitely did not like it like that. So I definitely want to put an ending chord on there too. But also what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing these 16th notes again on this. So Command A, go to 55. You'll see that the 16th note down there moves just enough. So now what I want to do is I want to mess with this tone a little bit. One thing that's nice about MIDI is you can go in after you have already written the part and you can adjust the tone. This does not work so well with recording guitars straight out of an amp or the Fractal. But with this, you can do that, and it's a really good thing. That's it. But now what I need to do is hit that last stab. G7. There we go. G on top. Yeah. That's how you do B3.
All right.
So now we're on to vocals. So we're going to create some vocal tracks. I'm on input 1. And I want to layer these vocals. I want to do several of them. It's not just going to be some simple little single line thing. I've already got it kind of worked out.
Kevin. Kevin. Talk about tracks. Kevin. Talk about tracks. Kevin. Talk about
It's pretty good.
Kevin's talk about tracks.
So now I'm going to double this and triple this.
Kevin's talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks. Talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks.
So that sounds really good. So I want to pan these hard right, hard left, turn them down about 4 dB below where the lead vocal is. Has a nice blend.
Kevin's talk about tracks.
So now I'm going to work on the harmonies.
Kevin's talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks.
So sometimes it's hard to
Kevin's
hear.
talk about tracks.
Sometimes it's hard to hear.
Kevin's talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks.
What I'll often do is turn down the lead vocal so I can hear my harmony a lot better as I'm singing it.
Kevin's talk about tracks. Kevin's talk about tracks.
There it is. So these, I usually won't pan the harmonies quite as much. I'll go about 30 or so is what I really like. That way it sits in between the spread lead vocal. Kind of works really well together. Sounds like its own little choir. Turn them down a little bit.
Kevin's talk about tracks.
Again, at the end of the video, I will play the actual stereo mix of this so you'll hear what it actually sounds like with everything panned the way it's supposed to. So the next thing I want to do is I want to edit a little bit, cut off some of this stuff from the beginning of the track, cut off some of it at the end.
Kevin's talk about tracks.
Command T will cut the track for you. So you can highlight Command T and it'll cut right where the cursor is.
Bad tracks.
But now I noticed that I cut off the guitars too, so I actually want to extend those a little bit. The vocals was perfect, but the guitars is... There's extra stuff that happens at the end of the guitars. Sounds great.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
So now what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of EQ, a little bit of compression to the voice. I don't need to do a lot with this. For today, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use presets. So as you can see, I have a lot of my own presets. But what I can do is go into the actual presets that come with the program. This is an EQ through Logic Pro itself. I'm just going to go to vocals. I'm just going to pick male lead vocal. There it is. This probably will work just fine.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
It's doing what I need it to do. So now you can do Option, and then you drag it to the next track wherever you want it, and it'll automatically duplicate for you. Quick little shortcut. Now I want to open up. So this is Slate Digital. This is the virtual mix rack. I use this one a ton. This is really great. It has all of the outboard gear that you would want within one plugin. It's really incredible. So what I'm looking for is a particular vocal EQ. I have a lot of presets that I've run for the sake of this video. There's one in particular I want to use, but I don't really see a specific preset that I have here. So I will do it manually. Delete all these. As you can see, this has a lot of stuff in it. But this is an 1176, essentially. I'm just going to go Modern Vocal 1, Modern Vox 1. Seems to kind of do the trick for this. Again, I'm just going to use just standard presets. Option and drag. Put it on all those.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
Sounds good. Sounds like I need it to.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
There you go.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
I'll just polish it up a little bit. Turn up those drums just a hair. Bring them out.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
So this last little thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the stereo out. So go into Virtual Mix Rack. I have a particular bus that I like to use, there it is, TM Master Bus. It's for another project. But this one works pretty well. It's got what I need just for the sake of this.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
Now I have the preamp cranked pretty good, so I'm going to turn the drive down a little bit because I use that for a rock track. It really drives things. This should work better.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
Pretty good. The volume's pretty good too. It's not distorting. It's like on the edge of distorting. Notice the needles in the red.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
That's actually okay. You kind of want that a little bit. Don't listen to those people that say red's bad. Red is not bad. If you can't hear it distorting, like full-on distorting, then you're okay.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
Sounds pretty good. Now I can go to this custom thing. I can see how long it is. My hope is it's about 4 seconds long. At 4.02, 8.18. Yeah, just a little.
Kevin's talking about tracks.
Turn up the vocal a tiny bit.
Kevin's talking about tracks. Kevin's
There you go. Feeling pretty good about that. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to bounce it as an MP3 YouTube theme. There it is.
Cannons, talking about trends.
Now here's the stereo version for you.
Cannons, talking about trends.
So anyway, as you can see, we were able to successfully build a track, even though it's only 4 seconds long. Not to make this video misleading or anything, but even though it's a 4-second long track, we still did it in 30 minutes. And this is really great. When you're just starting out, try to do projects that are bite-sized. Don't worry about trying to do a full-length record right away. Start with something that's 10 seconds long, 30 seconds long, a minute long, jingle kind of thing. It'll just get your feet wet, get you going, get you moving in the right direction, help you build up some confidence. So hopefully this video helps out. If you haven't yet, please go back and watch my last video, 5 things that you need to get started. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and happy creating.